when talking to yourself isn't crazy, but something deeper. According to modern psychology, if you find yourself talking to yourself when no one is around, it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with you. In fact, it can actually be a sign of intelligence, self-awareness, or that your brain is actively processing deep thoughts, emotions, or conflicts. This internal dialogue is often how we sort out confusion, rehearse decisions, and clarify what we truly believe. But there's a line, and when that line is crossed, it becomes something else entirely. It becomes more than a monologue. It gets concerning when the conversation in your mind starts to split into two very distinct parts, as if you're talking not to yourself, but with another version of yourself. This isn't about harmless daydreaming anymore. This is what psychologists refer to as ego splitting, or internal dual-role dialogue. Here, the mind separates into roles like slinky detector versus the denier, the protector versus the victim, the emotional. Why does this happen? In many cases, this kind of mental division is a survival response developed during intense emotional stress, childhood trauma, manipulation, or extreme guilt. The mind doesn't know where to place the pain, so it fragments. One part tries to stay rational, the other sinks into fear, shame, or self-defense. This can create an exhausting loop of internal battles that never fully resolve. When the mask becomes your identity. If left unchecked, this psychological pattern can grow darker. You might begin to feel like you're always performing, like your entire identity is just a role you've created to adapt. You switch masks depending on who you're around, but deep inside, you don't really feel like you anymore. This is where some people fall into becoming a collector, gathering experiences, personas, or behaviors from others, but never truly settling into one. They're always adjusting, always surviving, but never fully living. So what's the truth? Talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy. It could mean you're smart, thoughtful, or trying to heal, but when the voices start to argue, when you feel like you're two people at war inside one mind, that's when it might be time to stop and ask yourself, am I surviving or am I disappearing? This isn't judgment, it's awareness, and awareness is where healing begins.